You're right there, YouTube is Crackoon again, bringing you another gameplay. Commentating man, we're here again, bring you some more Modern Warfare 3. Like I do, gonna be bringing you a 6v6 kill confirmed on the new map Boardwalk using the PP90M1 with dual attachments, so I've got extended mags and rapid fire on there. I've got an MP9 suppressed secondary. I'm running the perks setup, Extreme Conditioning Pro, Hardline Pro, Stalker Pro. I'm running the Specialist Strike package, so for my first perk I unlock Assassin, second Blind Eye, third Steady Aim. On top of that I've got a Bouncing Betty and a Portable Radar as my lethal and tactical. That's about it. Boom! Right, getting on with it, doing like we do. Obviously I'm using the P90 here from the get-go. You probably heard me say, oh, you're using the PP90M1. Well, it's not the PP90M1, it's the P90. Well, guess what? I changed my class midway through the game. Because you know why? Literally, I'll put my hands up. I'm a beast, right? I'm a beast. To be fair, right? 4 minute rushing M.O.A.B. Done. It might even be less than 4 minutes. It might be 3 minutes. But you know what I'm doing? I don't like, you know, cut the video down. You know, take away half the video. Put up like a little 3 minute clip of me getting on a M.O.A.B. streak and then dropping a M.O.A.B. on some fools. No! That's not what I do. I'm raw gameplay. Right? Raw gameplay. This is an 8 minute video. You don't want to watch it, don't watch it. I've got some pretty interesting topics to talk about though. Kind of already, well, I'll get into it anyway. But you know, still, that's the scenario behind it. It's like a 4 to 3 minute rushing M.O.A.B. Because I'm a beast on the new DLC maps. Boardwalk, well, maps. New DLC map. Boardwalk. Seriously, people. Seriously. It is what it is. You know. You take it for what it is. But anyway, moving on with it. Quick clarification. My last commentary that I did on Modern Warfare 3, talking about weapon diversity, trolololol, etc, whatever, didn't exactly realise that the video quality itself was fucked. Like, I don't know, something had happened, must have happened when I was rendering it, didn't even realise, and literally the video kept on tearing into like static. I don't know, it was all kind of static when, like, you know, movement and motion blurriness, and it fucked up. My plan was to rip the commentary off YouTube to an MP3, get that MP3 and just whack it over the same Scar gameplay. Couldn't find a Scar gameplay in my theatre, so I don't know, I think I just like literally played over 100 games after getting that gameplay, so it just wasn't there. Then I had the contemplation of just, well, I've got enough of Scar gameplay on Boardwalk, getting a M.O.A.B. I could just put it over that gameplay. You know, it's not really a difference, particularly. But, changed my mind about it. I was just like, you know what? It was a good commentary, but fuck it. The time's gone. I'm doing it again, because I'm a beast. But anyway, weapon diversity, right? It's an interesting topic, to be fair. I don't know. I've spoken about this a little bit before, but in the community, at the moment, generally, just, I'm talking not like YouTube community, I'm just talking in-game community. People in-game, just a whole lack of weapon diversity. And I don't know, I think I've spoken about this in my Modern Warfare 3 Died commentary about how it may be like the lack of weapon diversity in Modern Warfare 3 potentially, like, you know, put a drought upon the game and made the game, well, start to wither and die, essentially. But I don't know, I'm getting all philosophical with this shit. Whatever, right? I'll just get into the meat and potatoes of it anyway. Weapon diversity, lack of weapon diversity, across the board, all FPS games, defining it, letting you know what's up, making you understand why more weapons are used predominantly than others. For simple, logical reasons. That's the simple fact about it, because I mean, I see people in the community, you know, they post MP7 M.O.A.Bs, like 50-second MP7 M.O.A.Bs, like 10-second ACR M.O.A.Bs. I don't even know, I don't even care, I don't even watch it, yeah? I don't even care. What you gotta do? I don't know why I went into quiz. Whatever. Beyond the point. You know, it's the whole kind of scenario in which it's not just within the community of YouTube that's making it a problem, because granted it may be like a chain reaction in which somebody sees a video on YouTube using the MP7, they try to emulate it, so somebody else uses the MP7 to get like a 50-second M.O.A.B, doesn't work, But in the same process as that, you're beasting on all these people with the MP7. They know it's cheap, so then they pull out an MP7, and it's like, oh well, I don't want to use an MP7. I'm just going to camp back and take them down with the laser sight ACR. You know, different scenarios like that. It's all interesting, right? But I'll lay it down to you, right? The definition behind weapon diversity in games, kind of, you know, shedding logic on the scenario. And it's a pretty simple, I mean, people have probably worked this out themselves, but the fact behind it is, right, why we don't see weapon diversity in games is because we're seeing the greater, predominantly used, better weapons in game. That's the simple scenario behind it. And the same shit goes within any FPS game, any online multiplayer shooter, third person, first person, whatever, you know. It's all the same scenario, right? And you've got to look at it as in a real life situation as well, because I think this is the one that kind of like earths the argument and grounds the argument to, you know, to make you actually think about it. Same scenario happens in real life. The AK-47 is like the world's most popular favourite assault rifle or something like that. You're not gonna see somebody go and buy a Chinese-made AK-47 over getting a Russian-made, the dog's bollocks AK-47. You know what I'm saying like that? You're not gonna see it. You know why? Because that gun is known to be a better gun, and it does its job better than the cheap Chinese-made knockoff. You know what I'm saying like that? It's the same scenario goes all over the board in like... I'm not a gun nut or nothing like that, so I don't really... I'm not like, you know, a fucking gunpowder fanatic. I don't know what the fuck you call it. Whatever. I'm not a gun nut or a gun fanatic or nothing, like firearms expert, whatever. I don't really know anything about guns, but I know, just like that simple logical fact of what I've just given you there, that kind of analogy upon the scenario. I know that that's the truth. Otherwise, these guns in the real world won't be getting all this publicity with, you know, AK-47s and seeing it across the world in all these, like, you know, third world countries and shit. I don't know if it is third world, whatever. You know, with people riding along with AKs, brandishing them, all this kind of shit. You know, you don't see him going along there with like a fucking PM9, do you? No, you're gonna see him rolling along with an ACR because that's the better gun. That's what people are gonna use. You know, you're not gonna see. It's the same scenario goes within game. The same scenario goes within game. People don't want to use the guns that are not as popular. People crave the best. People want the fucking guns that are gonna do the best job at what they're supposed to do. Somebody's not going to use a PM9, as I just said, over an MP7, because the MP7 is better than it in every way, shape and form. You know, it's the same scenario across the board, and I don't know, I hope I've kind of shedded some logic upon the situation. The gameplay's ended. I don't really want to go over the time limit, you know, keeping it down to like the 3-4 minute MO.A.B. But think about it, weapon diversity, you know, don't get butthurt about it in games. It is what it is. You got to look at it the way it is. People want the best, people use the best, people want what works. That's the simple fact behind it. And don't get butthurt about it when people want what works for them. Simple fact. Anyway, peace!